o'clock. We begin tonight with some breaking news from the Augusta area, where a person has apparently been shot in a hunting accident. Now, we received information into our newsroom just minutes ago that a person had been shot and killed by a hunter on the East Road in Wales.
Now, we are working with the Warden Service to try to get this information confirmed. We are getting a crew on the way to Wales right now onto that scene. We'll have much more information for you as it becomes available.
In other news tonight, a hero's welcome today for a soldier severely wounded in Afghanistan.
It's been a long road back for Army Sergeant Helena Lake, but finally she's come home.
Our Jana Barnello was there for her return.
Probably the best Thanksgiving ever, because we almost didn't have one of our members. So it's the best Thanksgiving ever.
It's as simple as that for the Lake family.
You know, it's not the same when you fly down to a hospital to go see her, you know what I mean? So just her being back in her element and just being around friends and family, I think that's really what she needs right now.
Sergeant Helena Lake is home for the first time since a suicide bomber in Afghanistan attacked her unit on June 20th. And she came home to a hero's welcome. Young and old lined the streets to say thanks.
It's so amazing. The community and my family and friends have just been such a huge support through all this, and I can't thank them enough.
The love kept coming for the 24-year-old soldier. She and her family used the word overwhelming, especially when they think of the 3 Americans who died in the attack Helena survived.
Lieutenant Ryan Rawl, Specialist David Metter, Sergeant First Class Matthew Thomas.
I don't feel like I deserve it. There's so many more people that deserve it more than me, and the lives that were lost the day that I got injured, I think they're the heroes.
So what's next? The Lake family will enjoy the holidays together, and then it's back to Walter Reed, where Helena will continue her recovery. In Jay, I'm Jana Barnello, News 13.
Now, Maine Senator Olympia Snowe is also reaching out in appreciation to Sergeant Lake.
Senator Snowe says, quote, her bravery and heroism make us all proud of her and her fellow service members whose unfathomable sacrifice secures our freedoms for generations to come. I extend my heartfelt thanks to Helena for her valiant service to our nation and wish her luck in her ongoing recovery.
Newly released court documents are shedding light on the disappearance of a former top drug prosecutor, now a fugitive convicted on child pornography charges. Investigators are trying to track down James Cameron after they say he either cut off or somehow disabled his location monitoring device late last week. Our Catherine Underwood is following this case closely. She joins us now live from Hollowell. That's the last place that Cameron was seen. And Catherine, what are you learning from these court documents tonight?
Well, Greg, these are some of the documents that explain exactly what James Cameron may have done the night before he went missing. Now, police say that he came right back here to Hollowell to visit his ex-wife and his son. They say he had just learned that his appeal was denied. These court papers, they were printed on Thursday, and they say Miss Cameron advised the probation officer that the defendant visited the house yesterday afternoon, was aware of the First Circuit's decision affirming many of the counts on which he was convicted, was not doing well, and told their son he was going back to prison. Cameron was convicted in 2010 on 13 counts of child pornography. He's been out on bail since last summer while his appeal was pending and was ordered to wear an electronic monitoring device. The U.S. Marshals Service says he either cut off or disabled the ankle bracelet and went missing sometime between midnight Wednesday and early Thursday morning. He was last seen right here in Hollowell driving a 1999 tan Audi A6 with a Maine license plate number 2333 PL. Now, police say when they arrived to Cameron's home on Thursday, they found that he wasn't there, his car wasn't there, he had taken a laptop, but he had left his cell phone in the house. Now, if you have any information on Cameron's whereabouts, the Marshal Service wants to hear from you. We have put that number on our website. We're live in Hollowell tonight. Catherine Underwood, News 13. Greg, back to you.
All right, we'll see how it turns out, Catherine. Thanks.
A Lewiston man faces serious charges after police say they caught him selling cocaine in a middle school parking lot.
Yeah, both he and his girlfriend are charged with drug trafficking after this bust. Maine drug enforcement agents say at the time there were after-school activities that were happening at both places there. These are mugshots of Raynard Eugene Carroll and Shelby L. Vines.
On Monday, Maine DEA and Lewiston police found them in a car where they were believed to be selling the cocaine. Police say Carroll admitted to having the drug and turned over $700 worth of cocaine packaged for distribution.
Now, while being interviewed, police say Carroll admitted there was more cocaine at his Lewiston home. When agents searched the house, they say they found more than 2 ounces of prepackaged cocaine with a street value of about $5,500, along with $1,000 in cash. Some people who live in the neighborhood say this is a scary thing when this type of thing happens so close to home.
That's awful. That is pretty, I don't even know what to say. It's ridiculous, really, in a school.
I mean, kids are walking around here, and some kids, I know my son teaches here, and he brings his kids across to the junior high, so who knows what could happen between here and there, and then from there back. So, I mean, you just don't want drugs around here.
Carroll is charged with 2 counts of aggravated trafficking of cocaine in a school zone. Viles is charged with 1 count of aggravated trafficking of cocaine.
Both were arrested and taken to jail. We're told Viles is now free on bail. 3 people are found dead in a home in the central Maine town of Alton, and tonight an investigation into what happened is underway.
Now, the bodies of Scott Reed, his wife Danielle, and friend Daniel Young of Bradley were all found in the home last night, which is about 20 miles north of Bangor. Police say a friend showed up at the house and found 1 person dead. That friend then called police. When investigators got there, they found the other 2 bodies.
And obviously, we're concerned about what may have happened that led to the violence. So we really need to understand the dynamics of that relationship before we can draw any conclusions.
Now, investigators do say they don't think anybody else was involved. Autopsy results are still pending.
Maine's highest court has once again rejected an appeal by the man who took a classroom full of 5th graders hostage.
Now, Randall Hoffland is serving a 35-year sentence for kidnapping and criminal threatening. Hoffland claimed that he was denied a speedy trial, but the High Court ruled that Hoffland himself created those delays. He represented himself at trial. The 57-year-old held a Stockton Springs Elementary School classroom hostage at gunpoint on Halloween 2008. Former New Hampshire Senator Warren B. Rudman has passed away. The Republican went to the Senate back in 1981 with a reputation as a tough prosecutor. He's perhaps best known for his co-sponsorship of the Graham-Rudman-Hollings Budget Cutting Act. He left the Senate in 1993 after serving only 2 terms. He was frustrated, he said, with partisan politics. After his time in the Senate, he chaired a commission that declared the U.S. vulnerable to a major terrorist attack. That was just months before 9/11. Senator Rudman died just before midnight last night in Washington. He was 82 years old.
Now, your Weather Authority forecast with Charlie DePresti.
All right, welcome back, everyone. We've had a storm-free forecast all week long. In fact, we didn't even have a cloud in the sky for about 3 days, but I'm tracking a few clouds now. That's about it, though. The forecast stays quiet right through the holiday. If you're doing any traveling tomorrow and again on Friday, I think we're in good shape. Thanksgiving looks pretty nice as well. Let's take a look at that 3-day forecast. Remember, 1 year ago today, we were getting ready for a snowstorm. That's right, on the 23rd of November 2011. We had a few inches of snow. Not the case this Thanksgiving, though. We have developing sun tomorrow. In fact, mostly sunny skies on Thursday and Friday. Temps will be a little bit warmer during this period. Look for high temps to make it back into the lower 50s. Temps right now are situated around 40 degrees in Portland. It's a wide range when you consider Portland right now is at 41 and Sanford is at 28 degrees. Look at that. That's a pretty impressive temperature variation there. Here in Lewiston, we're looking at temps in the mid-30s. Lows tonight will be in the 20s and lower 30s for most towns. In fact, let's take a look at projected lows. I think near 30 degrees here in Portland. You head inland a little bit. Widespread 20s. Augusta close to 30 degrees. And then upper 20s to near 30 heading across the mid-coast. Some towns candidates for teens will be back through the hills and mountains. Berlin heading up into Oxford County and Franklin County, even Somerset County. There we will see some widespread teens tonight. So tonight will be a chilly night, not quite as cold as last night. And the reason for that, we have a few clouds on the increase. These clouds act as a blanket, keeping us just a little bit warmer. A lot of these have been of the high thin variety, though. I captured a lot of these clouds on our time lapse just before the sun set and as the sun was setting from our Portland Skycam. Notice a lot of wispy clouds there and a thicker deck of clouds off to the west. That over the last several hours. That sun is setting closer to 4 o'clock now as we head deeper into November. Okay, there is a storm on the forecast, and the storm is situated well out into the ocean. Now, that storm is not going to play a role in our forecast at all. Instead, high pressure is going to stay in control. That means we have lots of sun. We still have to get rid of a few of these clouds before we see full sunshine returning. Off to the west, things stay quiet through the northern plains, the Great Lakes, down through the south. I don't anticipate any travel-related problems, but notice what's happening as we head up into the Pacific Northwest. There's a storm system there that will march across the country. Our next storm system will arrive mid-next week, so we don't anticipate any extreme weather between now and then. So let's talk about the forecast tonight and tomorrow. We start tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock, with temps around 30 degrees. Clouds will break to a little bit of sun, or skies becoming partly sunny. Mid-40s for highs tomorrow. Full sunshine returns on Thanksgiving. Now, there may be a few clouds early in the morning, maybe some low clouds, but that will break to mostly sunny skies. Temps on Thursday, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Mid to upper 40s. I think we top out around 50 degrees, which is seasonably mild for this time of year. And I think Friday's probably our warmest day. Highs will be in the lower 50s. Details in the forecast tonight: lower 30s, a northeast wind around 5 to 10. Widespread 20s for inland towns, 40s for highs tomorrow. Should be a nice day. Clouds will be slow to break, though. Skies become at least partly sunny. We keep that northeast wind around 5 to 10. Thursday looks nice. Thanksgiving's okay. Friday's okay as well. Developing sun both days with highs around 50 degrees, which is seasonably mild. A strong cold front arrives on Saturday with rain showers, possibly changing to snow showers late in the day. It shouldn't amount to much, though. Sunday will clearing, temps will cool off, and a lot of folks right now are saying, Charlie, where are the storms? We haven't had a storm around here in quite some time. Yes. Well, we have at least the chance for a storm in the forecast, and the time frame for that is Tuesday night and Wednesday of next week. Now, Greg and Kim, it's just a little warm, though. It is a little warm. It's 40s for highs on Tuesday, but if it tracks right and if it happens at nighttime, we could be talking about a snowstorm around here. If it tracks just a little bit warmer, we could be talking about a rainstorm. It's 7-8 days away. Just stay tuned. That's our next chance for rain or snow, though.
You're just so happy to have something to talk about. That you
caught me.
All right, thank you, Charlie.